What's happening? Why?
Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp.
What are they going? Like, there's nobody there. What are you doing? I don't know.
Guys, I'm on the ground right now by MacArthur Park, where you can see law enforcement and
Is this for the homeless people? What the f? Holy sh!
Guys, I'm on the ground right now by MacArthur Park, where you can see law enforcement and troops, airborne police right now. I mean, they are here. They are moving in.
If I could stress one thing, please, 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 differentiate between your different branches. Unfortunately, it might become incredibly important to understand the difference between them in the not too distant future. If you're talking about the military, talk about the military. If you're talking about local law enforcement, talk about local law enforcement. This looks like military. I could be wrong, but I mean, I don't think law enforcement usually has. I don't think. Maybe they do though. I don't know. Fucking LAPD, NYPD, those people are fucking loaded. So sometimes they do have like military vehicles. They buy surplus that's not being used anymore. But
They're moving in. This is happening right now.
okay, this is the military. Yeah, okay.
Here are the troops.
Today's Homeland Security operation at the 35-acre MacArthur Park in the Westlake neighborhood of Los Angeles was a mere show of presence. Internal Army documents I've obtained say ICE and Customs agents, many dressed in military garb, assaulted the park, which the documents describe as a hotbed of historic lawlessness and the founding location of MS-13, the Salvadoran gang. Is that true? Is this where they had like all the horses or whatever? The news media is describing the operation as an ominous crackdown, but National Guard sources tell me that it was a botched laughingstock. The military aspect of the operation, codenamed Operation Excalibur, has not been previously reported. The documents reveal that the erstwhile justification for the operation was to try to shut down the distribution of fake IDs. Oh no! The mission of the 1st Squadron, 18th Cavalry, is described as protecting DHS security points and blocking positions while they undertook their assault. The squadron was ordered not to restrict pedestrian movement and not to conduct law enforcement activities. My God. They're giving goddamn teenagers fucking fake IDs, guys. It could be for more nefarious stuff, like fake social security cards too, maybe. I don't know. Due to the current situation in Los Angeles, California, the overall threat to DoD personnel operating in the area is high. Potential for protests to arrive on site and transition to riots, criminal elements, likely including foreign terrorist organization MS-13, consider the park their home turf and could escalate to lethal violence. DoD personnel may be at higher risk due to the general sentiment of the civilian populace towards government personnel. The most likely threat faced by DoD personnel are crimes of opportunity such as assault, theft, and vandalism. What is this? Because ICE and CBP apparently failed to communicate or coordinate effectively, the military showed up too late, and Los Angeles authorities weren't notified until 2 hours prior. We were on the objective for 24 minutes, a National Guard member told me. Many of the phase lines were not reported because they didn't happen, so we parked and then left. Soldiers didn't get out of trucks. They stayed in the back of the 5-ton military trucks, sweating in the heat. This is just the latest operation that didn't go off as planned, amplifying the sense amongst the California Guardsmen that the whole spectacle is idiotic and shameful. Part of the reason for the confusion is the sheer number of government agencies involved. In this operation, according to the documents, 9 different federal agencies, including the IRS, were given radio code names based on soda brands, Pepsi, Coke, 7-Up, etc. That is, except for ICE, which was codenamed Inca, which may or may not be the Peruvian cola of the same name. Do you think they fought over who got what code name? One Army source told me that it all felt like some joint military operation overseas where soldiers need to identify themselves as friendlies on congested battlefields. Treating LA as a foreign country with insurgents to be defeated, military and Homeland Security Intelligence views MacArthur Park as a viper's nest of illegality. An intelligence briefing produced by Army North, the task command overseeing military operations, has a symbolic significance of the park. The founding location of MS-13, MacArthur Park represents an area of historic lawlessness where criminal organizations openly defy local and federal law, including immigration law. Jesus Christ. Is there a video of this whole thing? Why do we have like... What the f*** is happening here, bro? What's happening? Why? I would kill myself. Oh my God. What is the point? Oh my God. Did they find any fake IDs? What is this? Oh, developing story.
Story from Los Angeles, local officials demanding answers after federal agents and troops gathered at a park for what appeared to be an immigration-related operation. But the mayor claims the only thing interrupted was a children's camp. ABC's Christian Cordero has the details.
New questions after federal agents descended onto MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. 90 National Guard troops in tactical gear deploying to the mostly empty park. Officials only saying the troops were there to support immigration authorities.
What a disgrace, what's happening in MacArthur Park. What theater.
California Governor Gavin Newsom slamming the Trump.
It's not, I wonder if there's like some argument that, I keep saying that Trump is incompetent and we're really lucky, but I wonder if there's an argument that having like a clown or a jokester normalizing this shit is not good. Like, these should be horrifying images to you, right? Trump is literally doing all of the things that conservatives used to hide under their covers and jerk off, fantasizing Obama would do, so they could go out and grab their dad's old hunting rifle and take to the streets and protest. Like, why do we have fucking federal, why do we have like the military, the U.S. military is rolling up Humvees and shit into a fucking park in L.A.? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what are we doing here?
Descended onto MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. 90 National Guard troops in tactical gear deploying to the mostly empty park.
Like, this is fucking retarded. And it's wasting my fucking money. What do we do? They could have at least gone to a place where a bunch of fucking homeless people were and done something. They could have gone to the underpasses at least. The fuck?
Officials only saying the troops were there to support immigration authorities.
What a disgrace, what's happening in MacArthur Park. What theater.
California Governor Gavin Newsom slamming the Trump administration.
Those National Guard men and women that were out there protecting people are now being used as political pawns.
Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp.
Mayor Karen Bass saying there were no threats at the park, only children whose camp was interrupted.
Did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? Did the 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE taking his parents?
A recent report said the park is a crime-ridden, open-air drug market, but no arrests were reported during the troops' presence. It comes as federal officials report a spike in violence against immigration agents, with assaults against ICE and Border Patrol personnel up 500% since January. Just yesterday, a man in tactical gear opening fire on a Border Patrol facility in Texas. Police say 27-year-old Ryan Lewis Mosqueda fired dozens of rounds.
Excuse me? Why is this even in the same news report? Then send them to Texas. Go to Texas then and enforce your shit there. What the
Tactical gear opening fire on a Border Patrol facility in Texas. Police say 27-year-old Ryan Lewis Mosqueda fired dozens of rounds into the building near the McAllen airport. 2 local officers and a Border Patrol employee were hurt. Mosqueda was killed. Investigators found his vehicle spray painted with the words Cortes Die, a phrase from a Call of Duty video game referring to an anti-government uprising.
Unless we stop the hateful rhetoric against ICE and Border Patrol, comparing them to Nazis, there's going to be more situations like that.
Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
It is kind of unhinged. The targeting of like government people and shit. Because what the there were two Republican lawmakers who just got fucking murked by the crazy assassin dude who had the list of the 100 other Republican. Oh wait, that was a Republican lunatic who murdered 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota. Oh shit! Whoops. We got to turn down the rhetoric on ICE though. Do you think that there are porn stars that retired when they realize that they will never ever ride as good as some of these Trump supporters. Dude, I just remember this. This is the when people were bro.
I'm wearing a bandage on my right ear and standing in solidarity with President Trump.
We realize that this was a tragedy that should have never happened. And we want him to know that we are going through this with him, that we honor him, that we respect him, we're behind him, we're in it for the fight. As they come in, more and more want to wear it.
Please execute pressure them on the Republicans. Dude, tomorrow might be my last day ever on on Piers. They really want me on, so we're going tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna be unhinged as fuck. I can't, dude. It's too much. This shit is a fucking. This is just like the most meme shit in the universe, bro. Oh, we got the whole fucking raid.
Oh, they keep moving, and there they are.
Why didn't we stream this yesterday, dude?
Oh, that's a photo op.
Why do they have the American flag with the horses?
I think this is more of a photo op than anything else.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't understand what it's like. It almost looks like part of a movie or something. You know what I mean? Southwest.
What is that? Is this the whole park? What are they going? Like, there's nobody there. What are you doing? Have I ever been here before? Where the f is this? MacArthur Park, Google Maps.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be National Guard. National Guard.
MacArthur Park. I don't know. I've gone to Koreatown a lot, but I don't remember. But also, fuck parks. I don't go to parks, so probably not.
Yeah, they're loading up the equestrian unit right now. Well, tell them thank you. I made a nice picture. I don't think it'll make air though, because somebody actually has to watch. God knows how much to be able to come across and see it.
Fuck, that would be good if I had enough time. You should have a big Piers Morgan bingo board in your background and play it while on the show. Piers says to Porter-in-Chief, Piers talks about Trump being his friend. Republican cries about me, but won't even acknowledge something bad about their side.
Need to come back around. Yeah, it's definitely Bass. It's definitely Bass. We're coming around. We're coming around.
There's like more media people than like civilians or any like anything.
Well, that's pretty much the people that are around her right now. If you don't want me to focus on her, I happily won't. Oh, we lost her behind the trees. Bummer.
Imagine you're some fucking Ukrainian having to like share a single magazine with a fucking dude next to you in a trench, and then meanwhile we're deploying in the U.S. military to civilian parks like in these outfits. What the fuck? Our horses have armor? Jesus. Sorry, the feds, not horses.
Oh, now she's on the move again. ICE raid MacArthur Park. ICE raid MacArthur Park. That's the digital doubler. That's what you're seeing. You're cutting the resolution down. Have like a rolling, a crawl underneath anything when I'm up. Is yes, I have my mic open. Yes.
Sorry, Benria, have to take a moment to shit on some loser, which is you today. No offense, I'm not targeting you, I'm sorry. I drive by MacArthur Park fairly often because of my commute, and that park is always packed with junkies and homeless people, like open crack pipe smoking everywhere. As much as I hate the ICE raids, that park is actually cooked and a cesspool of shit that needs genuine help. If you want to genuinely do something about the homeless problem on the West Coast, of which there is one, and I will always maintain that there is one, okay? I've said this a million times. People on the East Coast don't even know what homelessness looks like until you've been to LA, San Francisco, Seattle, okay? If you want to do something about it, then do something about it. Don't waste a ton of money doing this fucking shit. This is so fucking stupid. Imagine you got a kid dying of leukemia in his fucking bedroom, and you do a kingly procession with like 15 different well-dressed, elaborate outfits and a choir singing your praises, and you march around the room and leave. And somebody's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, the kid's got cancer, okay? Somebody's got to do something. What?
I know my mic is open.
What is this?
No.
This is not helping any of the homeless, any bullshit that's going on. Whatever. I'm sure there are a bunch of fucking homeless people and crackheads and people doing drugs. I'm sure there are. This didn't do anything to help it.
I'm not saying anything off color, and I am speaking to other people. I don't just have voices in my head and changing directions on conversation at random, which I do in real life. I said doo-doo. But
Who is this guy?
What I'm trying to say is there's other things going on here in the helicopter. You're kind of getting a behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. So at any rate, you can see the crowd is, you know, they're getting brave. They're getting brave as the soldiers are starting to mount up and depart. Maybe we shouldn't call them soldiers. The agents are. I wouldn't. Like if for a snippet of video with props all day long. In case any of my corporate overlords are watching.
What is that? I gotta know. Are these horses like local, or do they ship them from some other part of the country? Do they have to fly them out? How does this? Is it just the California National Guard and they do local horse, and these are all from nearby facilities, or? What the fucking media guy is standing right here? Oh my god. Dude. Oh, good job, guys. I mean, it's not really their fault. I mean, they're being deployed here, right? But Jesus Christ. This is the DHS? Oh, is it? Oh, this isn't the National Guard? If it's feds, f*** them. F*** the feds. You know what? At this point, f*** these people if they are. If it's the military, I'm sympathetic. If it's the feds, f*** them. Where are my military people? How would you tell the difference? They are Border Patrol horses from California and Arizona. This is not real. This is not real. What, do they walk up to those guys like, sir? Please, God, please tell me you're an illegal immigrant. We need at least one arrest today, okay? Or else I'm fucked. What's the difference between military and the feds, though? The military should never be involved in local law enforcement. I shouldn't say never. The military being involved in local law enforcement should be an absolute last resort. The military is not here to police us. The military is to protect and serve from against other, I shouldn't say protect us because cops say that, but they're to protect us from foreign militaries to do like international stuff in other countries. The military is not here to do local law enforcement ever, okay? Unless it's like a last resort. Oh my God, they got one! Oh. Are they not even at least kick out one homeless guy? What the f? Protesters don't even know if they should protest. They're like, bruh.
This does not make American citizens feel safe.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what? Cringe protesting cringe. I don't care. Do it. Who cares?
Your names will come out. You can hide now, but you will not be able to hide forever, you cowards. History is going to remember you guys.
Destiny, the National Guard doesn't have that kind of funding to be kitted up like that, lol. At best, we'd get a helmet with a cover and a magazine and a rifle, which, by the way, is an empty mag, too. Destiny, protesting against the military is pretty scary, not gonna lie. In the United States, at least, I think the military should be significantly less scary to a citizen than the feds right now, at least. I mean, I understand, like, just from an optics or whatever, like, the military is spooky, but... My default assumption is that most of the military here is... Or these guys aren't military, these are feds. But any military being deployed is probably like, this is fucking retarded. Actually, you know what? Most of the feds actually think this is probably fucking retarded. I'm sure there are some federal agencies that select for the more gung-ho types, like Border Patrol maybe or whatever, but... For retards like me, can you explain how military aren't feds? So Fed should be like federal law enforcement. So like U.S. citizens that are here to investigate and arrest, like have like arresting authority and everything on other U.S. citizens. Like the FBI would be like a federal agency, and a Fed, like a federal police officer that could come and arrest you. Like the FBI would be the big one. I guess technically Border Patrol and those people are probably considered feds, even though technically they should be arresting people who are violating border stuff. But I mean, that could be American citizens too. But like the military, like the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Space Force are supposed to be defend us from foreign enemies abroad or whatever. Are not supposed to be like in the business of investigating and arresting American citizens. Like the Marines or like the Navy is never knocking down your door to be like, we're here to arrest you on a warrant. That's not what the military is for. Now, a federal officer might, or federal officers might for a federal related crime or charge, or local law enforcement might, like the LAPD or the New York City Police Department might for local or for state crimes. But the military, like, shouldn't really be ever involved in local law enforcement or in federal law enforcement. Destiny, don't you think most military are right-leaning, so they probably support this? Most military people are probably rightish leaning, but I find that people become a lot more pragmatic when it like directly involves their job, usually. So they might support or be gung-ho about a bunch of conservative shit, but then when it comes to their job, they're like, well, this is kind of fucking retarded. Oh my God, who did I talk to recently? Fuck. Oh, I got really, really, really lucky, and I ended up connecting with and chatting with a guy who worked as he worked in the United States State Department as like a foreign diplomat to, I'll just say, some Northern African countries. And this guy is a super ultra gung-ho Republican, voted for Trump and everything, like still would support him and everything, but he was chatting and he was insanely ass-pained about the USAID cuts, and he was super ass-mad about the inability for like MAGA and the conservative movement to recognize like the soft power that America could exercise in a lot of places, because he still had a lot of contacts in like Morocco, Tunisia, I think even he's in Egypt, maybe Libya. But this guy, yeah, he was incredibly upset that nobody seemed to understand that. But I mean, I asked him, would you still vote for Trump? He's like, well, yeah, you know, because we align on a lot of other things. But so it feels like when it comes more closer to kind of what you do for work, people can kind of see how stupid a thing is. But.
You do not have to open the door to anyone. You may ask them to display.
That's stupid. We'll get to the Epstein part. God damn it.
Is this on? Yeah.
One question.
Mayor Mask, can we talk to you really quick? Channel 7.
What are you doing to protect journalists? All the journalists have been shot, arrested, disappeared. I'm scared to come out and do my job. But what are you?
What did that guy just say? All the journalists have been shot, the rest have disappeared? Is that Alex Jones?
All the journalists have been shot, arrested, disappeared. I'm scared to come out and do my job. But what are you doing personally to protect journalists? What are you personally doing to protect journalists?
Let her talk to them.
Aaron Bass, what are you gonna do?
Was that it? That was the whole thing?
Yeah, but
Jesus.
Policy and Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. All right, Mr. Miller, ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, cops are now getting shot at. How is this happening?
It's happening because, Jesse, there is an insurrectionist movement in the Democratic Party that is inspiring domestic terrorism against ICE. When you have the mayor of Los Angeles mobilizing agitators, mobilizing the mob against ICE, saying that federal law enforcement has to leave her city.
The mob.
This is a settled constitutional question. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. You cannot nullify it. You cannot succeed from it.
Remember all those states' rights people? Remember that? Remember all those, we have a federal system for a reason. Remember we're a republic, not a democracy?
It is the law of the United States of America. So these insurrectionist Democrats are every day engaging in rhetoric that is...
I see Puerto Rico's only 7% renewables here. You got to be looking at the wrong thing, because Elon Musk said that he was going to rebuild Puerto Rico's entire power grid a few years ago. So I don't know what you're looking at, but that can't be correct.
Incentivizing, that is encouraging, that is fomenting violent terrorist attacks against ICE and ICE officers. Not only in the shootings that you've seen recently, but ICE officers are being doxxed. Their families and children are being threatened. Their addresses are being posted online. They are being subjected to a campaign of terror by these radical Democrats. Why, Jesse? What is this all about? This is the central struggle in the West. The Democrat Party's objective is to flood the West with millions upon millions of illegals from the developing world, from the poor nations of the world, the failed states of the world, the collapsing states of the world.
Which one? Can we name some? Are you talking about Mexico? Is that like a failed state, third world country, or what are we talking about right now? Can we get some countries listed here?
Believing that in so doing, they will collapse the West. They will collapse the middle class. They will collapse the population that has lived here before the migrants came.
Collapse the West? By going to America from, like...
And in so...
At some point, you must realize the level of evil this dipshit has is almost impressive. Oh, Stephen Miller? If I became president and I was dictator for a day, this guy would be exiled. 100%. this guy would never come back to this country again. This guy, there would be multiple people. He'd be at the top of the list, 100%.
Doing, they think in the rubble of that, they can rule. They can sit on top of the pile of ashes. Ask yourself this. Why is it that Democrats are so insistent that unlimited numbers of illegals from countries that are incapable of managing their own affairs come here? Countries like Somalia.
Like, who the fuck is arguing that? How many fucking poor Somalians are coming to the United fucking States of America? What the fuck are we even talking about right now?
Countries like Haiti, countries that have no history of successful self-government, and they want unlimited numbers of illegals from those countries and refugees from those countries to come here with no chance at the pace, the scale, the scope of arrivals at being able to assimilate.
Like, that's an oxymoronic phrase. They want illegals. I mean, if they want them to come here, they probably wouldn't want them to be illegal. They'd probably just want them to be legal immigrants. Why would you want illegal immigrants? It seems self-defeating. You would just want to make them all legal. But then also, it's like nobody's even asking for this. What was the last Democrat on the news that was like, we need to have unlimited amounts of illegal immigrants from Somalia and Haiti coming? Like, who's even talking about this?
And integrate into the American way of life. What has it done to our schools? What has it done to our hospitals? What has it done to just traffic in our cities? Every issue that affects...
Now we're blaming traffic on illegals? What?
Our quality of life, Jesse. Public safety, drugs, crime, education, healthcare, waiting in the emergency room are all exacerbated, worsened, and undermined by mass illegal immigration. ICE officers are heroes, and they need the support of the American people. President Trump is liberating our towns, just as he was promised, just as the American people overwhelmingly voted to give him a mandate to do just 5 months ago.
Like, imagine if Obama talked about liberating your towns. The retarded inbred dipshits in fucking Ocean World, in the city in Kirk County or whatever, these fucking retards wouldn't even take federal money that was already given to them by Biden. They wouldn't even take the money that was already fucking sent to them because they didn't like where it came from. And now they're talking about Trump liberating cities? What the fuck does that mean? Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
It's straight up treason, and everybody knows it, and we shouldn't be afraid to say it.
Straight up treason.
Mr. Miller.
Mondani, the likely next mayor of New York City's promised not to cooperate with you or with ICE or with deportations of any kind. Do you have a plan? Is there a plan to work around that? How are you going to handle it?
Feel like I'm at, we're going to be in New York City, and President Trump said it 2 weeks ago. We're going to double down and triple down in sanctuary cities. Why? Not because they're a blue city or blue state, because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats to the streets every day because they don't honor our detainees. We know that. We don't have that problem like in Florida, where every sheriff in the state's working with us. So where we're going to send our assets, we're going to send them where the problem is. Sanctuary cities. So I've said it before, we'll flood the zone with sanctuary cities.
Zoran.
Okay.